various environmental issues all over the world. People are getting concerned about the environment. While in some continents of the world or countries, some people don't know anything about the environment, but it's going to affect and is affecting all of us. We are united by one planet Earth. And for us to continue to be able to live on this planet Earth, we must be able to manage our environment. I have said it before. This campaign must be carried to schools by non-government organizations to various establishments. Because no matter the amount of wealth we amass, it could be difficult to enjoy the wealth in a troubled world, especially when it comes to environmental issues and managing our environment. We have been developing over the years. Development has brought into us some challenges. And some of these issues, whether we like it or not, will affect humanity. Global warming, for instance, is a threat. And we must begin to address it to reverse the situation at the stipulated year. Pollution is another issue. Water pollution, air pollution. We have massive plastic, non-degradable material being thrown into the water, into our oceans. Ships that were wrecked into the oceans are still there, discharging their waste, and also some of the materials not degradable. Air pollution. Fossil fuel is not helping us. Vehicles are not helping us. Generators are not helping us. We have to change this. I've said it over and over, and I will repeat myself. And the energy of the future is solar and wind. Because the world developed fossil fuel, we can also develop other sources. There are massive resources placed in the hand of humanity. Again, the use of science and technology will help us to discover these things. And government must put in more money into research and development. Deforestation. We are losing our forests fastly. Bush burning, cutting down of wood, and also human activity in the forest. It's affecting our forest, and we have a limited percentage of land in the world where human beings can work and thrive. Ozone depletion, which has led to global warming. Human overpopulation. It's a thing of joy to have many people on the earth that we can take care of. Overpopulation is leading to extreme crime, production, use of drug, and people trying to cut corners, corruption, people trying to make it at all costs to survive. When you have manageable population from country to country, you'll be amazed about the level of decency that people will demonstrate. Desertification. More desert it's being produced in the world because of environmental problem. And what that means is that a large percentage of those lands are not habitable for human beings. They cannot be cultivated. Don't have enough water there, and so on and so forth. Again, we are overproducing population. In some developing country, you have a man proudly telling you of his 10 wives and 70 children. 10 wives and 70 children, to him is an achievement. But to the world is not an achievement. To the world is a threat. Unless you educate people that the number of children you have does not determine how long you live, or how much you enjoy the world. You don't count children or human beings as you are counting materials. And in any event, some of these materials we are counting are not useful to people. We are over investing on materials that are not helping us, on worn shoes, on worn dresses, on driven cars, on occupied houses, and people are sleeping on the street. Sometimes you imagine the wickedness of humanity to humanity. That is for political scientists and governments to address. But at scientific level, we should look at this as it will affect the future of the world. Biodiversity loss, we are losing valuable animals, valuable plants in the world. Some of them are lost by human activities. The poaching the forest, putting some animals into extinction, putting some plants into extinction, putting some trees into extinction for human ambition. There could be alternative use of certain things. What do you want to do with the elephant tusk or the skin of a lion? Yeah, they live their lifespan and go like human beings will live their lifespan and go, but they are being killed prematurely. And some animals are already going into extinction in the world. Well, government is trying its own to ensure, some government anyway, to ensure that these are controlled. But who is government? Government is everybody. Unless we work on this, then we're also creating a larger problem. Ocean acidification. Our ocean water are polluted by different human activities taking place, haulage, transportation, etc. Overfishing. We're not protecting the fishes. We're supposed to be consuming the fishes. But again, sometimes because of overpopulation, we are overfishing. Sometimes premature fishes are harvested because people want to eat. Even premature animals are killed, goats, cow, etc. But that's another issue. But because government control the oceans and you have people who goes to high sea to harvest fish, many premature fishes are harvested and some are driven into hidden places. And some people use chemical in these oceans. Acid rain, which could be as a result of combustion of fossil fuel or eruption of volcano and some rotty vegetation. It's not very common, but it happens. Then, seriously, the world is facing threats to water scarcity. And we know how important water is for daily activities of human beings. A large percentage of human body needs water. A large percentage of our body will need water every day to survive. That is for human consumption. We need water to cook our food. We need water to do personal hygiene. We need water to even build our houses. We need water to produce our medicine. We need water to process our food. Then we're having water scarcity. Because of desertification, we're having water scarcity. And when we now have water, sometimes we have flooding that may not be useful to humanity. These are environmental issues that we should begin to tackle. I tell you what, in some homes in the developing country, where they could even have access to water, they don't have access to water. And in some parts of the developing country, you still have people who don't have access to drinkable water, to water for personal hygiene, to even toilet facilities. So there's a lot of problems coming from this because of diseases and sicknesses. Now, we all have to rally around to solve this problem, because in the future, the world will face a lot of water problem. And you see able-bodied people spending their time looking for water to drink. Even when they have money to buy the water, they don't have the water. Then urban sprawl, urban issue, over-urbanization. Rural areas have been abandoned for urban centers. And you don't have enough in the urban centers anymore. And the urban centers are causing the large percentage of problem, pollution, waste, and how to manage waste. How do you dispose your used fan, used air conditioning, used shoe, used clothes, used everything, used cars that are no more useful. But when you take up these things with people, the next thing they will tell you is that it's not their business. You throw them all around in the environment, or in the environment, and on the long run, you discover that they're going to cause problems for a larger society, not for those people alone. And as we go through all this, resources are depleting all over the world. You have more mouths to feed from small resource level, more mouths to feed from small resource level. So corruption will come in, crisis will come in, terrorism may emerge, inequality will emerge. Now, if we are able to tackle environmental issues, we are going to solve a whole lot of problems for humanity. Where do we start? We should start from encouraging the government to do the right thing, since they can punish and reward those people who are not doing it right. We should also move to the level of ensuring that we understand these issues, the issues involved, because it's going to affect those who are doing the right thing and those who are doing the wrong thing. So, those who are doing the wrong thing will have nothing to lose, but those who are doing the right thing will pay for what they didn't do. So, we have to move to the level of sensitizing everybody about the environment, what we should expect, what we should be doing, make it an issue in schools to discuss with young people who are looking into the next century, make it an issue in religious centers, so that the quality of life we live here will continue to improve. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do like and share.